what are your thoughts on people that have that, the mindset of, I don't want to give away trade secrets?
Man, they're small fishes. Don't worry about those people. And if you are one of those people, it's okay. The only thing that's limiting you from giving out more value is you don't believe in your work ethic yet. If you believed in your work ethic, you wouldn't be worried about that one person who might go out and implement it, because your work ethic is the cornerstone of your business. And also knowing that 90% of people aren't going to do what you tell them to do. If they actually implement it, it's only going to make them love you 10 times more.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's phenomenal. Welcome to Business Insights with Matt Milia. I'm your host, Matt Milia, and in this podcast, we'll talk about the real, raw, uncut business success secrets you won't find anywhere else. Follow my journey from entry level to CEO. We discuss real actionable items you can plug into your business right away. To subscribe to our weekly top tips, you can go to www.mattpodcast.com and join our community of elite high-level performers. And if you're interested in our inside sales company, you can go to www.appointmentstoday.com to jump on a free strategy call. And now, stay tuned for our podcast. Hey, everybody. If you want to blow up your business and you want to grow your team, want to grow your company, and do it through using video content, you're going to want to watch this all the way through. So what's happening, everybody? It is Matt Milia, and you are with us live for episode number 18, Business Insights. And if you want to roll the dice in your business here and not use video content, keep it going. But if you want to start using video to blow it up, I got Mr. Michael Lawrence here. And Mike, thank you first and foremost for jumping on.
Hey, thank you, Matt, Kristen. I've been tuning in and I'm looking forward to this.
Love it. Love it. So tell everybody a little bit, just give everybody a little bit of background on yourself and yeah, I mean, tell everyone a little bit about what you guys got going on.
Sure. Yeah. So I think the first reason you should listen is because video is happening right now. It's been happening for years, and it's really important for your real estate business. It's very personal, and that's something we do. My company, I own 2 companies that coaches on content marketing and has subscription-based content marketing service called Cardz. And, I think it's really interesting, Matt, because I started off in real estate thanks to yours truly. Couldn't have done it without you, man, and coming through the door and all the opportunities. So I'm excited for another opportunity here to be on your show.
Love it. Well, I'm glad that, and we're all excited for you to be on this episode. And also wanted to take a moment and wish my beautiful wife a very happy birthday. Today is her birthday. So
happy birthday, Steph.
She said I had to do the podcast today. Doing the podcast today, and then after that we are off to do fun things. So hey, I want to jump really right into it. Yeah. And I think this first question is going to be really impactful for a lot of people. The first thing I want to ask you is, how can you incorporate video into your recruiting or team strategy? Like how would you go about doing that?
Yeah. So there's a couple ways. Well, first, we call it residual content. It's videos that sit on the internet somewhere that when someone finds it, it talks to a specific message. And the second one is a personal video that you shoot to people based off your personal relationship. Let them know that you remember them and what you talked about before. That's why keeping good notes is important. And those are 2 solid ways that you can get started right away, is have videos that speak to specific topics that can sit on the internet. And when people search your name on any platform, they're able to find content that can help them move along the buyer's journey. And then personal videos. So those are the 2 that are very powerful in your business.
Okay. It's awesome. Well, I mean, as far as the personal videos goes, what are some things that, because people always ask, what should I shoot? What do you think are some good things that people can talk on? And do you think it's good to actually, this is a question I haven't played, but do you think it's actually good to kind of, in a nice way, boast about what you're doing in business? Because a lot of people sometimes are shy or timid, or they don't want to talk about their successes on Facebook, and sometimes they don't want to talk about vulnerabilities. They just try to stay very surface level. What is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think you asked me 2 questions. So the first one is, what do you do to shoot a personal video? It's as simple as me saying, hey Matt, I want to get back in contact with you. We were talking about your video strategies to help convert your you had a funnel going with a book and a strategy call, right?
I did for very long.
So I'd reach out exactly about that. You have strategy calls. You're looking to set appointments with people who are looking to grow their business using ISA appointment setters and inside sales agents. So I'd say, hey Matt, I love what I see you doing on social media. I know that you're looking to get more consultations with burning hot leads. I'd love to be able to help you achieve your success using content marketing. Schedule a call with me below. Reach back out. I'd love to get some time together to talk. And as far as boasting on social media, I think it's all about who you're shooting the video for, and the boasting comes through the knowledge that you can shed light on. It's not about talking about yourself, but demonstrating the knowledge that you know and how you can help somebody by shooting a video that actually helps them today. So like hopping on here, we're not boasting that we're in business by being on here, and I don't think anybody has to. But actually hopping on and shooting the video, and that's the boasting you want to do. You want to boast by how much you post, by the value that you're putting out. That's the boasting you want to do, by being able to over deliver, boast in your confidence that you're willing to get on the camera and do it. That's the boasting you want to do. Talking about your business is something somebody's going to ask you about when they're interested.
I love it. That's awesome. Kristen, you had some good questions you wanted to roll through as well.
So you said like make a personal video. That's good. Now, what would you do like for recruiting if you want to recruit other agents and make your team bigger?
Yeah.
How many videos approximately? I mean, I know it never really ends, but how many videos would you suggest, and what kind of sequence would you suggest? Like, what would you touch on in each one of them? If you said, if you do these 6 things or these 12 things, whatever it is, these will help you with your recruiting game, because everybody wants to recruit a bigger team. I mean, everybody's looking for that.
Right. When you're shooting a personal video for recruiting agents, it's about their personal relationship and growing their business. You want to focus on them and their business. Same as me helping Matt with getting consultations. It's focused on Matt and Matt's success. It's only successful to shoot a video if you're focused on their success. You want to go the extra mile. Again, it's just like the boasting thing. You're shooting the video to boast how good your work ethic is and how confident you are, and by boasting to just go back to that reference, but you want to shoot that video and not be scared to shoot it and put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, agents are supposed to be doing it too. So if you're recruiting agents and you're putting yourself on camera, you're leading by example. And it's all about them, all about helping the agent achieve success. And 14 contacts is how many times you need to be in contact with an agent to recruit them to your business. So it's not all videos, it's text messages, drip campaigns, all those things are important in their own place. So it's important not to get hung up on any one of them, and just do all of them, and realize that, it's a long game. It's a long game. You have to achieve little successes along the way. And so shooting the video is a small part of it, but it's such a big part of showing that it's personal for you.
I like that.
Yeah. So any specific videos you said, like what's the 6 or so videos in a sequence? There is no sequence. It's personal. Recruiting is a personal game, and anything that you're going to do that is cookie cutter videos that you're sending out to people is just going to look like you're bragging about your business. And I mean, let's be honest, you don't want to recruit unsuccessful agents. So that tactic is not going to work, because a successful agent is already going to be successful. And you're talking about how successful you are. Now it's a competition who's more successful, and that's not where to come from. So right. Don't shoot prepackaged videos out to agents if you're recruiting.
Cool. So just like one, and then do a combination of different things and send the same message. It's about them. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All about them. It's all about you.
No, that's right. What's in it for me? Radio. And that is a common core thread that we've been seeing across the board. And I remember when we were, and I mean, this has taken us back a few years, when you were calling in front of with John Sheplack and his mastermind in the group that came through. I remember you actually sitting in front of the room and making those calls. One of the core themes of that call was that we were giving them a business plan. It was to show them how to get 6 figures, give them that business plan, make a deposit, make an investment in that person's success, and really just give away the secret sauce. Now, some people are afraid to give away the secret sauce. What do you say to that when people, if they're afraid to over deliver or give too much value? Because I know that you guys are big on delivering and giving huge value. What are your thoughts on people that have that, the mindset of, I don't want to give away trade secrets?
Man, they're small fishes. Don't worry about those people. And if you are one of those people, it's okay. The thing is, the only thing that's limiting you from giving out more value is you don't believe in your work ethic yet. If you believed in your work ethic, you wouldn't be worried about that one person who might go out and implement it, because your work ethic is the cornerstone of your business. So anytime, and also knowing that 90% of people aren't going to do what you tell them to do. I think Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, and he wrote that book and he was scared that everyone was going to go implement it, but because he's like, I just spent 20 years learning these success principles of the business moguls, the Henry Fords and Carnegies, and he found out soon that people could get his book, go to the seminars, talk to him, and they still didn't do it. So if you're scared that an agent's going to do too much and get too much value from what you're doing, you just don't have, you don't know enough yet, and that's okay. So now you know, and know that the approach is the work ethic and actually putting it out there is what's respected. The actual value that you're giving them, if they actually implement it, it's only going to make them love you 10 times more.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's phenomenal. And I call that even like demonstrating value before you ask for an extraction. One of the things that, just from, all the different people that we've all coached with, between Sheplack and Stuman and Frank Kern and Billy Jean, all of them have a very common thread. It's usually a 3-to-1 deposit to extraction ratio. Give 3 massive value-driven deposits, especially, and this is the one thing I took away when we would meet people, when we were setting up to meet for recruiting and for having these agents go in. The number one thing and the number one mistake that a lot of agents, but not even just agents, any business, they make is they talk about their company. They talk about all the glamorous things. Well, if the person was only interested in all those glamorous things, they would already be there. They'd already be working with them. So there needs to be some sort of a customization, and there needs to be deposits that are made prior to someone just shouting from the mountaintop how great their company is, because that seems to usually turn people off. And that's why I asked about the bragging and the boastfulness in videos, because I've seen people do it, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. You should always, I believe, have a nice mix, but it has to serve the public. Does that make sense? It has to serve your end user. Because if you're boasting about something that doesn't serve the end user, it's not going to be in alignment. So,
in my opinion, you kind of dance that line. Dance that line of boasting, but being charming about it, and not look like a D-bag. Forgive me, but that would be kind of the have humor to things and stuff like that.
Right.
Boasting can be really a turnoff, but it also, about what you can do for other people. People love that. So if you dance that fine line, I don't think there'd be anything wrong with it, you know.
And Stephanie brought up a very good point. The goal is to become a trusted advisor, and that's really, you know, if you can become their trusted advisor and they can look to you for actionable items, that makes a huge difference. With content cards, Mike, I mean, tell me a little bit. You know, you've done a lot with content cards. I mean, it's not just digital business cards. It's not just a place to house content. I mean, you've put an educational element behind there. What was the thought process for that? I mean, what made you guys decide to put the educational element? And do you feel like that has helped people through the process?
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple things that really played into that for us to make an educational process behind the digital business cards. And the first one was that Nick Karem has always been like my translator to real estate agents, to take what I know about like the public, the market, and connecting your business with people and translating it to agents. So as soon as Nick got done translating to himself what all this meant, he put together, of course, he put together everything right away. He's like, agents just got to know this. Like, they got to know like how to use these things and why it's so important. And then we met with Albie Stasic, and he's like, so if you drop this off in a marketplace and 1,000 agents started using this, how would they know how to get results? So, you know, just those things combined, we were able to put together the educational element, because agents need to be aware of what's going on without being overwhelmed. Because let's be honest, how many courses just overdo it and they confuse people? And you know, being in this digital marketing realm for, you know, a few years now and working with you, like, we've learned people like to overwhelm you so that you just got more questions, and then they make another course to sell you the new questions that they just made you. It's a tactic. It's a revenue stream. So we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make sure that you knew how to use this and get results, and it impacted your business. So the company grows, your business grows. And my very first thought when we put this together was, how can we make agents more relatable to the consumer? So it's always been about the consumer, and that's the most important part of the educational aspect, is getting you in front of the consumer and teaching you to get in front of the consumer and make it easy. So that's what we did with the educational aspect, and I thank you for taking notice of that.
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny because when I would look at some of the videos you guys were shooting, I'm like, wow, this is some very high level stuff. And it's things that, for example, retargeting is a really massive value add for anyone who's looking to grow their business. Finding people that watch a certain portion of your video and then being able to retarget them. Most people don't even know how to do that, and don't know where to start, don't know where to begin. You guys really basically deconstructed it and brought it down to make it actionable for everybody. And content overload is definitely a very real thing. Content consumption overload, not just even content consumption, but just getting too much. That's why even with our videos and our content strategy, I always try to make it where I'm leaving people with little snippets of information and things that they can are actionable, that they can apply to their business today without becoming overwhelmed or overloaded.
Bite size.
Yes.
The back button is their favorite button, so you got to catch their attention. Sorry, go ahead, Christopher. Yeah. What were you saying?
Sorry, I said you just do one thing. Sorry about that. You just do one thing and try to achieve that. You know, like, even if you watch a Billie Jean or Frank Kern, they'll give you all these things. Just try to do one of them and succeed at that, and then you can build on. That's the way to go. When you tackle those big lists, it's sort of like trying to lose 50 pounds. You're like, oh goodness. But, you know, trying to lose 5 pounds, okay. And you just keep going on. Just take it in snippets. So I agree with that.
It's huge.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, I love that Campbell's soup.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Thanks.
That is so cool. I've loved it. It looks like an old advertisement that you've seen, like a newspaper or something.
Right. Yeah. Andy Warhol did. The Chicago Museum, actually, Modern Museum of Art. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
She does have a very cool background, that is for sure. I need to put up some little
It's a
cool things
lot
to
of
make on my
years
wall.
of
Yeah. Up the game.
A lot of
Yeah.
collecting. I love it.
it's a lot of years.
Well,
You guys don't
Yeah.
even see everything around here. It's crazy.
so you've got something going on next Wednesday, and I mean there are people that are coming from. I mean there are people coming from all around to see it. So I'm very excited to tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing next Wednesday, and that is that the 25th,
26.
26th?
1
Okay.
p.m. 26.
26.
Yeah.
All right, so February 26th, and where's it going to be at?
The Brecksville Community Center, Brecksville, Ohio.
Awesome. Okay. What are you guys going to be going over?
Yeah. Branding, social media. Man, the main thing that we're most excited about teaching agents is there's your attitude, your approach, and your action that it goes into getting your results. And so the first thing to break down is your attitude towards content marketing comes down to what you know about it. So we want to teach agents how to think about content marketing, the two types that there's the drip content over time, and there's content like the personal videos we talked about that can help you get transactions right now, transactions today, appointments today. You know, and so first breaking down that attitude and getting your mind right about content. So we're excited about that. And then everybody talks about the action. Just shoot a video, you know, just do it, man. Just post. And it's like, that's cool, but that's been beat over our heads for so long. So pairing that up with the right approach and the strategies, the tactics to get to people, shoot videos, create residual content, right now content, and put together a game plan for agents who walk out of there so they can grow their business and not just be in the rah-rah state like, oh, I'm going to shoot a video, and then they go to hit the play button and they're like, I'm not going to shoot it. I don't know what to say. So we want to give agents all the tools. So that's going to happen next Wednesday, the February 26th at 1 p.m. at the Brecksville Community Center. And we also have a really cool giveaway for agents who attend. A videographer who's going to be creating a listing video for a lucky agent who is there. He worked with Netflix. He worked on Pro Motocross. So that's going to be cool. We're working with giving away a free studio session, a video studio session to the Women's Council of Realtors #1 videographer. So he's going to do that for the agent who wins. And we're also going to work hands-on with the team that wins to do consulting for them and their team. It's a $2,200 package that one agent will win for free. And we're excited. We're stoked about this event.
Man, you guys, I mean, I don't even know how much more value you could give. That's like gold. I love that. That's like a lot. So
you said it. You asked me, like, all these people who don't want to give the value, they'd rather brag about their business, not give the value. Right. It's like, dude, they don't want to come to this room because they're going to leave there feeling like crap. They're going to be like, man, I got to step my game up. So, I mean, if that is you, then like attend and step your game up. I challenge you. I dare you.
Yeah. My takeaway is don't be stingy with your gold. So there you go. Don't be stingy with the gold. Like for everybody. I mean, if there's gold, and you know, one of the best things of advice I've gotten too is that if you have a product that someone is ready and willing to pay for, that should be one of the first things you say, well, hey, how do I give this away for free? Because I've gotten to a point where even with my videos, I've showed people how to hire a virtual ISA or how to hire their own ISA, questions to ask, steps to take, processes to go through, because it is a lot. And I mean, it's just, there's a lot that goes into it. And especially even breaking it down to something more where it's at a higher level, going into just video and how you can not just sell products, but also get people that familiarity and have them know you, like you, and trust you. And this event sounds like it's going to be packed with value. So I'm really excited. I will be there with bells on. So where do we go? Awesome. Where do we go to get that? To get there, there's got to be a website, I'm assuming, to get to that. Yes, is there a website, or should I give them content cards and then they can go through there? What would be the best place to go?
man, if they don't have content cards, they have to go to contentcardswithaz.com because they're missing out if they don't. It's a big get when you do. And number two, it's events.nickkrem.com. Nick will be presenting, and you go to events.nickkrem.com, learn more about the event, secure your spot. You know, tickets are going. I like it. There you go.
Yep.
So the tickets are going. They're flying off the shelf, and if you value your real estate business, it's really a get. You got to go.
What if you're a loan officer? Can a loan officer go?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
we are. Yeah, loan officers,
Okay.
man, all of it. Content marketing is transferable, especially within the real estate industry. So we work with mortgage offices and title companies. So
Love it.
You're welcome. You're welcome to join us.
Awesome. That is, and there's so much here that you guys are going to be able to just go through as far as even social media. What about, and the other thing I want to ask you, because this is something that you told me about a while ago, and it saved us a ton of time. You said there's a couple of places. So, you know, we post on a lot of different social media platforms. Where would I go if I wanted to try and maybe save some time on posting on different platforms? Do you have a site that you recommend?
Yeah, and it's free to everybody. It's on the back end of your Facebook Business Manager. It's called Creator Studio. You can schedule out all your Instagram stories, IGTV, timeline, Facebook from the back of your Facebook business page. It's called the Creator Studio, and you can schedule everything out in there. I can't believe more people don't know about it, and it works. It's free, and it saves you so much time, because if we're talking about dripping content over time, staying in front of people, getting eyeballs and attention, being active, displaying your work ethic, what better way than to be on social media every day, giving value? That's the Creator Studio on the back end of the Facebook business page.
I love it. That is awesome. Well, so guys, I left you here with the event at the bottom. It's events.nickkrem.com. And for going there, you guys are going to get tons of value.
Yeah.
And I know how you guys roll, which is great. There's no theory. I've noticed that. You guys don't work on theory. You work on actionable items. And
right.
I mean, am I right in that thought process? Because I've never seen theory from you guys. I generally always see, like, every time I go to your stuff, I'm like, how are they giving? Like, this is great. I mean, I could literally plug it in right away. Is that right?
You know, I love that you said that. Yeah, because it made me think, and I'm like, why is that? And it's because we only share with people after we do it ourselves. And so when you see us so active everywhere and you see things happening, I heard it from a mentor of mine. It's called selling your trash, man. Like, once you do it, like, just get rid of it. Stop holding on to it, because that's momentum in your business. When you're holding on to things, and I think that's what people, I couldn't tell you for sure, because we don't do it. But if you're holding on to things, and you're trying to keep it a secret from people, that's when you start to throw out the fluff in the theory. But then if they try to implement the fluff in the theory, they're not going to get results. So they'll never come back to you. So again, that's why if you got value, give it. You're either expanding or contracting. So at the end of the day, when you're giving out the real deal and you keep moving forward and growing and expanding, then at the end of the day, you're always going to come into more. You know, it's like fuel to the fire. So yeah, there's action steps that you're going to walk away with, things that are working right now that you can implement into your real estate business at events.nickkrem.com. Make sure you're at that event. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yep. I just put it back on the bottom, events.nickkrem.com. So that'll be coming up here on the 26th at 2 p.m. It is at the Brecksville Rec Center. And I mean, this was packed with a lot of just value. And even just for the viewers, even if they can't make it to the event, they still got value just out of watching this and hearing some of the things you've gone through. Last thing I wanted to ask you, and it's kind of a random question, but awesome. So remember the days when you did life insurance, and if you knew what you knew today about video, do you think that it would have blown up in other areas? And there's one person I want to actually single out that I know that you're coaching, that I've watched use video in their business, and I've watched him blow up. So I think I already know the answer, but do you think that your business personally would have gone further incorporating some of the video strategy that you're using now?
Are you saying with life insurance?
For an animal.
Man, only probably not, because because texting people who are senior citizens, I guess nowadays, like the people are getting more and more hip to technology. Man, at the end of the day, I was familiar with where I was going with all this content. That's why I stopped selling life insurance, because I saw what was working. And at the time, the Facebook I started getting interested in this. I love this question. I was interested in this back in those days, and we were working together, setting that up. But I was interested in this, and I started to apply it to Facebook. And I was like, okay, so if these things work, then my Facebook's gonna blow up. And if you look back on my old pictures, I have some pictures with like 300 likes, and it's like the algorithm was different. I was hacking the system, and I was just doing what worked with content back then. But it was such a hard sell until me and you, we were working in the call center together, and day after day were we getting drilled with agents who have the question.
Right.
And so only when people realize that they need it, can you sell it to them. It doesn't matter how good the pitch is or the value's there. Like, unless they know they need it. So you couldn't have done anything with life insurance back then. And the best move was coming and working with you and applying everything that we learned through recruiting and through the agents and what they needed. And it's just we knew it was going to blow up from there. So we've taken advantage of it, and here we are now.
The reason why I brought it up too, I've watched, because Ryan was doing it for a while, and he was getting, which this is a huge takeaway for everybody that's watching. It doesn't matter what business you're in, doesn't matter what field, but getting video testimonials makes a world of difference. And because so many people are, have you noticed them go, oh, my Zillow reviews, or oh, my reviews on Google? Well, I mean, that's all fine and well, and yeah, that's an important part. But when someone can see the human interaction with the camera and that emotion, they can feel the emotion, they can see the demonstration that you've done an amazing job without strong arming someone to shoot a video for a testimonial, it makes a world of difference. And I've just noticed, even using that in our own content and our own drip strategy, of people that are actively either they've worked with us in the past, they're working with us now, or they're considering it, and they see someone who has as a raving fan has a video review and a testimonial. I believe that makes a huge difference, which I'm sure you guys will probably talk on.
Man, you asked me if I would have done. Yeah. You asked me if I would have done anything different. I was just getting started, and I leverage video testimonials in every one of my presentations. Everyone that I close, I'll get a video testimonial, because I knew that would help me close the next guy. So, I mean, if you're a new real estate agent and you're closing deals or getting good results, implement that in your business, because it's third-party validation that you're the real deal. So, like, those are huge, huh?
And that
Ryan is killing it too with those. He's done really good.
And he has the work ethic. That's another big thing too. So he's always out grinding. But ultimately, I've realized that having that video piece, it makes it's so impactful. And having that third-party validation is even more impactful when you combine it all together, because that's even why the inside sales model, not just because agents, loan officers, they don't necessarily want to make their phone calls, but that's why it's so vital, because you have someone else saying how great you are, not you saying how great you are. So it makes a world of difference. Well, Mike, I want to thank you for jumping on. This was awesome. Kristen, thank you as always. And did you want to leave anybody with, was there any closing things you wanted to leave everyone with?
Just the one thing, the one most important thing, Michael, sorry. What's the one, when you're shooting a video, what's the one most important technicality to get people to stop the scroll? What must you do? One thing.
One thing.
Mm-hmm.
The headline of your video.
Awesome.
Your headline of your video has to get someone to read it and say, like, either they want to watch the video, or it has to make them watch the video. I mean, if the headline is boring, you know, unless there's something absolutely crazy happening in that video,
Right.
chances are they're not going to stay around long enough to figure out what it's all about. So your headline should be the hook of your video. So the headline is going to be one of the first things that you hit on. So it all starts with the headline. What's going to get someone to read it and stop? And then when you shoot the video, you have to address that headline right away, and then tell them, you know what, I'll tell you more about that in a second. And so you're doing a couple things. You stop their attention. Now you're reiterating it, and now you're telling them, now that you wanted to know what it was about 2 times, I'm just gonna answer that here in a little bit. Let me tell you a story. You know, so the headline goes along.
Story and then offer.
Awesome.
I think we may have heard that. We've heard that one place or another. Hook, story, call to action. So I love it. That was a great question, Kristen. So
it's textbooks.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, I'm excited for your event. Again, thank you guys for jumping on, and we will see you same time. Oh, you know what? 2/26 at 2 p.m. That is that's a Wednesday. Okay, awesome. So we will
1 p.m.
My goodness. All right, 1 p.m. So there you go.
1
All right.
p.m.
So guys, then we will. Yes. So we will be. I think we may move our episode to either a little earlier, or we'll move it later, but we'll figure it out. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on, and we'll see you guys. See y'all next week.